I feel like I need to wear a necklace next time. It's like all one. Okay, sorry. All right, ready?
Yes.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are here for the Raw Autism Perspective podcast, and I am Brittany Miranda with my bestie.
Samantha.
All right, and today we're actually going to jump into something a little bit more serious. It's a question that a lot of mothers think about. And I'm going to put my headphones on for this one, just so that Samantha feels like she can be 100% raw and honest with us today. Um, Samantha, how you feeling today, girl? I love you.
Feeling good. A little like, what are these questions? But I'm
Yeah,
good.
yeah, I got you, homie. I got you. Okay, so um, we have heard a lot of mothers recently talk about the extremities of, raising a child with autism. And I know we've seen it with influencers as well, where they will show, they show a lot more of the highlights. And I feel like more influencers nowadays are showing a little bit more of the other side that we don't always see.
Okay.
And with that being said, your entire identity. And what's funny is that you and I talked about this the other day where I said, "What would make you happy, Samantha?" And you're like, "I don't know." I was
Hmm.
like, "Oh, that's because you don't think about yourself." And
Okay.
don't think I forgot. I'm still going to ask you what would make you happy because no, and did you tell yourself you love yourself today in the mirror?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna lie.
So Samantha, we practiced this together.
Mm-hmm. It
Yeah.
was like a 2-second practice.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again today when we hang up. You're gonna go and look in the mirror and you're gonna tell yourself how much you love yourself because you are an incredible, wonderful, inspiring, beautiful human being. And I need you to see that as well. So,
Literally.
all right. So the first question that we have, and we are gonna be a little bit more serious, I promise. I promise. I'm sorry. um, as a mother and as I know who you are, how much of we're gonna jump right in. You ready?
Mhm.
How much of yourself and identity do you feel that you had to sacrifice in order to become the mother that your daughter needs? And do you feel like you have lost pieces of who you used to be?
Dang. That's crazy. Ah.
But now you got to answer it. So you can think it's crazy, but you got to answer.
Mm, yes. I I lost myself a lot. And I think that just came with over time. You feel like I know how to make space, I know how to multitask, I know how to do this as a parent.
Mhm.
But when your child is faced with certain obstacles in life, it's hard to put yourself in there, if that makes sense. Like it's hard to fit yourself in.
Mhm.
Um, I've lost parts of myself to where it affected my health. It still is affecting my health. I really don't talk too much about it, but um, I used to lean on my daughter's father, like for comfort, for support, health wise, things like that. And I didn't get that.
Mhm.
Um, and not saying that men are going to be like this when their lives change with their significant other because of your child's diagnosis. That just wasn't what I was dealt with in my cards. And it took a toll to where not only did I lose myself, my health started deteriorating to where I started getting high blood pressure.
Mhm.
My anxiety started to get higher than what it normally is. If people are trying to figure out like, oh, blood pressure that just fluctuates and stuff like that. No, I've seen my blood pressure go 103 over 155 to where I couldn't breathe sometimes, or where I felt
Mhm.
like, the side of my face went numb for a second. That was like on the verge of a stroke type of thing. So when you say I lost myself completely. And it was because I didn't know how to organize it, because I thought, okay, well, maybe if I do this, maybe if I get this skylight calendar, which is great, by the way, if I get this calendar, maybe I can organize everything out appropriately and it all fit. Well, it did fit and it did help. The only thing that I was missing was take your medication. Remember
Mm,
to eat.
yeah.
Remember to eat at least 2.5, 3 times a day.
So forgetting you.
So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like I became a person that started crying for help towards her father. And that was part of another reason why we're no longer in that space. Because if I'm crying out for help, what a lot of people in my position as a mother, single mother, whatever the case may be, you tend to not want to ask for help because you
Yeah.
don't want to get that backlash or you don't want people to throw in your face, oh, I helped you and this and this and this. So you try to take on that role. So me saying that to him and then for me to not get that help made me feel like I should never said anything in the first place and I should have just kept doing what I was doing originally. But I did notice that I did have to tell him because at the end of the day, there's not one time that he can say you were never vocal about your
Mhm.
health or anything like that. So honestly, when it comes to losing myself, yes, but I'm trying to put myself back together slowly but surely. It's not like it's happening overnight. I
Yeah.
have you as my support that tells me to look in the mirror and say I love you and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, you doing that exercise with me the other night between us, I wanted to cry because I'm just like, I know I love myself, but I see the beatings that I'm putting on myself
Mhm.
to be this mother that is like superwoman and it doesn't exist. And I hate when people say that, like, you're superwoman, you're this and that. No, I'm not. I'm a woman who is low key crying out for help but can't get it. And if I do get it, people will throw it back in my face. But then the help that I do receive from people that I trust, it's not that many.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, you're part of that village. You're part of that because you do check in on me and things of that sort. So anything that I sacrifice, it will be my health, my mindset, things like that. But I regret not taking care of myself more, but I don't regret what I'm doing for my daughter and making sure that she has what she needs. So those are
Mhm.
two different things. I just regret how I did certain things instead of making sure that I was okay as well. Because if I'm not okay, who's going to be here for them?
Mhm.
That's my fear. I don't want to, be
We
like,
talked about that too.
exactly, like
I was
that's my
like, dang,
fear.
Sam, if something happens to you, what's gonna happen to the babies?
Exactly. And after death, you don't feel anything. You're just
Mhm.
not here anymore. So it's like for me to even think about that, I really had to sit down with my therapist and really be like, I have to
Yeah.
get myself together. And not only did my therapist say this, but also my doctor. And I felt good about it, but they put me in check to a point where they were saying, you have to start taking accountability for your health. You
Yeah.
can't put it on somebody
We
else,
get
this and that.
we getting old, girl.
Yeah, you
We're not
have
in
to
our
start
twenties
taking,
anymore.
girl, because I be feeling like, oh, I'm 35, I have to be 36. I could still run with the people in 20s. And that's like, girl, no, you can't. I
All
don't
of a sudden, why is my
tolerate.
back hurting?
I'm
Why
like,
is
I
my
don't
back hurting?
tolerate certain things. My body is cracking over here. And I'm like, damn. Like,
I'm farting, Lord. I'm just kidding.
you wake up out your sleep like, ooh, is that me?
That was an earthquake. Okay, it's not me. But yeah, my kids are like, "What is wrong with you? You're always burping." And I'm like,
Got gas. That's what
"Age.
they're gonna learn when you get gas.
Wait until you're here. You'll find out." No, but see,
Yeah,
that's what I'm here for. I got to keep you laughing, keep you young and happy, but you really do need to put yourself first. And I say that with a grain of salt because, we hold each other accountable. We
yeah,
remind each other to take care of ourselves.
yeah. So people have been wondering, like, you guys haven't been posting that much and things like that. We've been dealing with a lot of health issues. And that's why I say
Mhm.
I don't ever want to make an excuse for why we sometimes may or may not show up for the community, because we've done so much in the beginning
Mhm.
that literally it took a toll on us later. And it was like, okay, we got to take a step back, see what's working for us and what's not working for us, what can work for them, but at the same time, still work for us. So don't ever feel like we forgot about you guys, because we have not. But at the same time, we're still human like everybody else. And some of us handle pressure differently.
Yeah.
Me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I get to this space of where I feel like it's just overwhelming, I will isolate myself. I don't know how not to do that, but I'm learning through my friends, through doctors and stuff, of how to come out a little bit more. And when I say you get a child with special needs, you think in your mind that life is over for them.
Yeah.
Life is over for you. And it's okay to feel like that. It's okay to say it out loud, but your life is not over. But it's going to take you some time to not feel like that. It's not going to be like with the quick fix. It's just you having to keep reminding yourself, I'm still breathing. God gave me another day. I'm still going. There's a reason why I'm here. There's a reason why this baby is here. Because if it wasn't meant to be, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, you're gonna sacrifice no matter what. At being a mother, you're gonna sacrifice. What are you
Mhm.
sacrificing is what you need to analyze. And is it worth it? Is your health worth making like it depleted? Is your like, are you worth depleting yourself to make sure that your kids are straight? No, because in the end, you're going to crash out. In the end, you're going to have a nervous breakdown. In the end, certain things are going to happen to where now you're going to be crying in the bed and saying, I can't do this anymore. That's what had me just self reflect, because that numbness in my face to where I couldn't barely open my eye.
Mhm.
I literally closed my eyes and I said, God, I promise you I will take better care of myself. Just let me fix it. Just give me a moment. Kid you not, the next day, I did not feel anything else as far as the
Hmm.
numbness and stuff like that. And I started going to the doctor more. I started
Good.
drinking water more, started going to the gym more. So I made a promise and I'm going to keep it. So,
Yes. So my question for you, Sam, because my next question was going to be if you regret it. And it doesn't sound like you do. I feel like you've already answered it. So, my question for you, as somebody who's currently figuring out this process, currently going through the motions, if you were to give a mother, a single mother who just found out that her child was diagnosed with autism, who doesn't have the support of the child's father, who might not even have the support of family members, what would be the advice that you gave to that woman in order to not end up where you ended up with the high blood pressure and having the anxiety? What would be the one thing you could tell her to do differently? Because you know she's going to feel how you feel. No, I
she
can't
doesn't
do
have
all
any
that.
support.
Sorry.
She doesn't have any support.
She doesn't have any support. She's by herself. Maybe she's got a good friend or two, like Ed, who come over and be like, hey, got you. Maybe she has that. But even if she has that, I'm sure it doesn't make her feel any less alone in the world than she probably does when she's first learning that news.
I would say take a step back for a second
Okay.
and then analyze and write down everything that's going on in your mind, because I wish I would have did that. I know it seems weird because I didn't want to do that when I was told to do it.
Mm.
And writing it down, whether you're just hurrying up and scribbling it, but you got to get it out of your head, because everything of what you're thinking down to, my child has autism, I don't have the support, I don't know where to start first, I don't know what therapies is needed, I don't know what I should schedule, all that needs to come out. Because when I kept it in, my anxiety started going. And then I started
Mm.
noticing my anxiety is shutting my body down to where I can't function the way I need to. So if you got to scribble it, if you got to put a voice note on there and just say everything of what you're feeling, everything of what you're thinking that your mind is going through, put all that in that voice note or put it on a piece of paper. Put that phone over there where that voice note is, put that piece of paper over there, take a step back, relax, and then come back to it when you know for a fact that you're mentally ready to hear it or look at it. Because everything that you're going to hear, everything that you see, you're going to feel like everything is rushing at once and you don't know how to balance it. But when you hear it or you see it, pick one of those things to start with that you need at that moment. So you know that your child just got diagnosed. I would say out of everything, if I had a list right here, which I don't, but I have it in my head now because through it, when you go through it for so many years, you know what that list is. I will look at my support system. As weird as that may sound, I will look at that because I need somebody to listen to me rant for a good hour. I don't need them to hold me. I need them to just listen, hear me out, not tell me everything is going to be okay. Be very blunt with me. Pick somebody in your support system.
I'm the blunt
This one
friend.
here, like this one here. Pick somebody that you know in your support system that's going to be very blunt with you, that knows you, that will tell you you're doing a good job or you're doing a bad job or where you could be doing better at, but give yourself grace, love on yourself, because that support is going to fill you up like a car with gas. And you may feel like after you get off the phone, like, oh, this was so weird. Maybe I should talk to somebody else. Why? When that person just told you. No, you want to hear
Or
what
you
you
can
want.
talk to somebody else. Maybe you got to get it out 3, 4, 5 times and
No,
then,
no, but it's like certain people like me,
yeah.
when you first came to me, and this is only what I'm speaking for experience, everything that you told me, I literally was like, well, maybe I should get another opinion or whatever, because I wanted to hear what I wanted to hear, what I
Okay.
needed to hear. And I knew if I went to somebody else, that I
They might
knew
tell
in
you
my
what you
support
want to hear.
what I wanted to hear. It wasn't going to fill me up like you did, but it was going to give me a certain type of balance that I needed in that moment. And I needed to be off center. I needed to be thrown off my what I'm used to. And that's what you gave to me. So that's why I say I know if I went over to my sisters, they're going to tell me what I need to hear, but what I really want to hear, I need somebody that's going to be like, "Oh, no, girl, you're not getting out of this one." But you're going to stay in it, and that's what you do. So, start with your support system and then go to after you make sure you have that and everything like that, you need to figure out your babysitting situation. What does that look like when you're at work? Because if you're a single mother and you're trying to work, you need to find a babysitter ahead of time. You need to make sure that you have about a good 2 to 3 people that you know that if this person doesn't work, I could put it on them and they'll grab it and take it while I'm at work. And it, because at the end of the day, you can't rely on one person. And I'm just speaking from experience. I done went on care.com. I done went over to my family and friends. And when I say Ed isn't here today, but Ed watches my kids the one week that I'm in the office with all his health issues that he has, that he doesn't, share with a lot of people with, but he doesn't mind. He's very open. He makes sure that my kids are straight. He comes here, he
Yep.
stays here a week for a whole week
That's
at my
Uncle Ed.
Yes, that's uncle, and he's the godfather to my son.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he makes sure that the kids are straight, that I'm straight, and how I tell my family and friends, I didn't know this was what my life was gonna look like. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm grateful for what I do have. So get out your support system, your babysitting situation. Once you get your babysitting situation underway, then that's when you need to tackle. Now I need to sit down with the school. The school is your biggest hurdle because you're going to have to work out these IEPs and these 504 plans,
Mm-hmm.
as well as you could put attached to that. I would say make sure that you have a routine set for your child. So that way the school knows how to operate with your child.
And I would say be relentless too. It's
Yeah.
exhausting to be relentless,
Yes.
but it's also like kind of easy.
Once you get the
Meaning,
hang of
if
it.
I know that I'm relentless and if
Hmm.
I am proud of being relentless, guess what? 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get my way.
Oh yeah.
So you just got to be relentless because the schools are eventually either going to be one, supportive,
Hmm.
or two, they're going to be so tired of seeing you that
Yep.
they're going to be forced into support. And that's fine with
Yep.
me. We can work it either way as long as you're
Girl,
supporting a child.
girl. Because I just sat down with my kids' school like twice already this year. My daughter alone, her IEP was supposed to be in November. I speeded that up to last month because there were certain things that I didn't like. And this is where I say, make sure you have a routine with your
Mm-hmm.
child and make sure the teachers and the faculty in general just knows who your daughter is because a lot of people tend to think that all autistic kids are the same
They're not.
to a certain extent, but no, because
Mm-mm.
that person may know how to write. My daughter doesn't know how to write like that one does or catch on to certain things. So it's just different things that works for your child. And you want to give that to the teacher. So not saying it makes their job easier, but so they know, okay, I can't knock this baby off of what they're used to because what if they start spazzing out because I don't do it like this? Now, are
Mm-hmm.
they going to do everything to a T that you do as a mother, as a father? Because there are certain fathers out here where mothers, I'm starting to see it a lot,
Mm-hmm.
not getting off track, and I'm gonna bring it back, that are literally, the mothers are literally walking out now. I didn't see so many videos privately where so many women are walking out on the kids to where the father is stepping in. They should have been there, but they're stepping in and they're like, I'm not about to let my child go out like that. So to the fathers, you can look at this video as well. And it's the same thing. You just have to get organized, and it's gonna be a lot in the beginning because all this was like dumped on you like this. But just imagine your
Take it one
child
bite at a
was
time.
right. But remember, your child is the one who's been dealing with this since birth. And
Yeah.
now they're going through life trying to figure it out. So, another thing is, too, if you know that your child is not potty trained, you need to start making that a habit at the house as well as making sure the school does it. And I'm just giving you this little gem right here because I messed up. I thought that I didn't need to tell the school to work with her on potty training. I thought just doing it at the house, it will go to the school. It did not work that way. So what I had to do was call another meeting. And I literally said, hey, I'm working with my daughter on potty training. She seems to do good here. Are you guys just doing that or are you just changing her? Oh, no, Miss Waters, we're changing her. But we can incorporate potty training if you like. Okay, let's do that. Okay, well, are you okay with this time for a meeting? Yes. Now you got 6 people who hear everything. I need everybody to be on one accord. She used the bathroom at home, she used the bathroom at school. So that way it teaches her it's not just at home.
Yeah.
So that's a little gem I just want to drop on her.
Drop it on us. Drop it on us. Well, with all that being said, my friend, the last question for you is think about everything you've gone through, all the decisions you've made, all the processes you've learned. It's going to be a bit of a controversial take, but if you had known during your pregnancy everything that you know right now, that your daughter would be diagnosed with autism, that you'd have high blood pressure, that you would struggle with the father of your child, would you still go through with everything? Would you do this all over again? And how do you think society views what autism is versus how the parent actually feels about it? It's a two-part question. So I guess answer the first one, and then we can roll into that second one.
Girl, you gave me a mouthful. Chunk of
Yeah, I'm
cheese,
sorry. It's my
chunk of
ADHD.
feel like a little mouse. I don't want to answer this the wrong way.
I don't think there's any wrong or right way to answer it. I think a lot of parents, it's probably something that they think about. even though they know what the answer is true in their heart?
I'll start off with I don't I know that they do testing during your pregnancies for like Down syndrome and things like that, but
Hmm.
I've heard a lot of mothers who said that they got testing um and it came out negative and their child still came out, with autism and things like that. So knowing that, if that's true, knowing that, I wouldn't can't do that either. No. It's hard to
Controversial. It's a
say.
controversial take.
It's hard to say because I love my daughter with everything in me. Like, I'm so caught up in her to where I can't see my life any different.
Hmm.
So, with that being said, I wouldn't even change the father as much as I would like to. I wouldn't change the father.
We know my
Because,
opinion.
I know. I wouldn't change the father because I wouldn't have her personality of who she is altogether. I probably would have somebody
Mm.
a little bit different. So who she is, I wouldn't change anything.
Mm.
I would change how I let our situation get the best of me.
Mm.
Because I say that as far as if I know that I'm not getting the help that I need, I should have just let it go instead of trying 10 years on and off, on and off, on and off,
Mm.
being with other people on and off, on and off, trying to figure out like if I should really be with him or if I shouldn't, or if I should be with him for the sake of our daughter or whatever the case may be. So in that case, no. And I hear from him all the time saying like, I wouldn't change, you being her mother, anything like that, because you're the best mother. Like you do everything for her. And I appreciate him saying that
Yeah, you do. Sorry.
because at the end of the day, I need you to recognize that I take on even his responsibilities.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I can't make him do certain things, but every other weekend, if that's what you want, that's fine with me because at the end of the day, I need it to take care of my health. So I don't regret it. I don't change it. What I do, what I would say I would change, I would change me trying to fix my child because I had that in my head along with him when we first found out. And I was so embedded to not want to understand autism
Hmm.
to where I had to sit back and I really had to analyze. You were in that same headspace he was too. You just didn't want to say it.
Hmm.
And you wanted to fix her so bad that you would do anything. When I had to realize there's nothing to fix. She is who she is. And as she gets older and older, I start to see that my life wouldn't be what it is without her. Because this girl, I love her to death. Like Brittany, I go
Yes.
hell and high water for this girl. Even my I I feel like if I had any other child, now if you brought me a different child and she still looked the same, but she acted different, walked in here like, Mom, I need to go here and I need to do this and I would look like, what the fuck is this? I do not want that. I would take that back. I
Where's
would,
my crazy baby? Where's she
yeah,
at?
where's
Making
my
all
baby
these
at?
noises, going back and forth
Exactly.
with her Auntie Brittany in the car. I taught her
Yes.
new words.
Yes, she did. And she's this ball of life. So no, I wouldn't change anything. But um, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm. You're a good mama, Sammy. I love you.
yeah. And I honestly, I want to say this, and I don't know if people would believe me or not, but so we have what's called a discernment. Like we know when certain things are happening, and we
Mhm.
can tend to. And this is on some spiritual level. So for the people that are watching, when I say discernment, it's like a gut feeling.
Mhm.
You know when something is not right. I'll say this, and I put this on my mother. Lord Jesus, rest her soul. When I was pregnant with my daughter and I almost lost her, two things happened. When I lost so much blood, I lost over an ounce of blood. And they said I was high risk. And I was 8 weeks at the time. And they put me on bed rest all the way up until my pregnancy. But when I was rushed to the ER, they put me in the back room and I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was losing my mind. I thought, you know, me and her dad was getting into it so bad to where I'm like, I'm just stressed out. Maybe this is why I'm losing the baby. Mind you, I had just lost my dad the year prior. I was laying on the bed and they were taking so long to find the heartbeat. They were taking so long to tell me what was going on. They wouldn't even let me look. They even muted the sound just in case that they did have a heartbeat. Um, and I had about three doctors in there. They didn't even let my mom in there. Um, and when I opened my eyes, I after I started praying, I opened my eyes. I literally seen this figure that looked like my dad.
Mm.
Oh, and I hate this because every time I bring it up, it's like I see my dad walk over to the screen and he did just like this. And he looked
Mm.
at me and I closed my eyes and then he wasn't there no more. So when they told me, they took me back in the room and they told me and they said, you're high risk for an abortion. And I said, abortion? You mean miscarriage? And they said abortion because your body is trying to forcefully like remove the baby. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to have this baby. Didn't even know what he or she was at the time. And I kept rubbing my belly, and my mom kept looking at the sonogram, and she was like, no, my baby girl is good. My baby girl is good. And I'm thinking she's talking about me. No, she's talking about my
Mm.
daughter, but she didn't even know. And then she kept
Mm.
praying, and she held the sonogram, put it in the Bible. Fast forward to um, my belly is starting to get bigger. I'm about 5 months now. I know that I'm having a girl. Shouts out to my mom. So, so then next thing you know, this thing kept punching me. And I was like, what is this feeling that I feel? I kept having dreams until I had delivered her that she was going to be special needs.
Mm.
I did not know what type of special needs. But I say that to say we have so much panic during our pregnancy of trying to do everything right
Mhm.
that we lose focus of what we really need to focus on, which is our health, which is making sure we have a healthy baby, getting
Mm.
certain things in line, things like that. You don't become a mother when the baby comes out. You become a mother when that pregnancy test shows up and it's there.
Mhm.
So what I say is don't wait until God sits you down, makes you sit down with your baby internally, externally to say, I need to do a better job. No, you start when that test says positive. You go and you take care of everything that needs to happen. You don't let anyone or anything deter you from what you need to do. And if for any reason that you feel in your heart that your child may be special needs because of whatever may have transpired in your life during that pregnancy, you hold on to that baby. If you are not spiritual, just put positive vibrations on your baby
Mhm.
and just speak positivity because that baby hears you, that baby feels you,
Mhm.
and don't ever think that your life would be different if you would have chose this route because no matter what, you can't go back. So you got to
Mhm.
push forward. And that's where your mind needs to stay because as long as you're looking in that rearview mirror, you're not moving forward with yourself. That baby is even trapped with you, and that's not okay. That's not fair. So just do your due diligence as a mother, as a father, and do your part because that baby did not ask to be here.
Yeah. Mm. I love you, Samantha.
Love you too.
You make beautiful points, my friend. And for the moms out there that are like, well, I don't have it all together like Samantha does, like, what the hell? Just know it's a learning experience. We are going to make mistakes. Nobody here is trying to tell anyone to be perfect. No one here is telling anyone that, you guys can't mess up. We're all going to mess up. We're all going to make mistakes. But the point is that we have to reflect on ourselves, love ourselves, pay attention to ourselves so that we can turn around and try to be better mothers. Yeah, you got the mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself right now. I want to see it.
Love you, Samantha.
Ooh, and see when you look at yourself in your eyeballs, it makes you hold yourself accountable as well. Which we can also do as a parent. Hey, we're all going to make mistakes. My kids just told me recently how some of the things that I do irritate them. And part of me wants to be like, don't be disrespectful. But the other part of me is like, no, we are the healing adults now. We are the new parents, and we have to be more open to hearing that we're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. We just need to fix those mistakes.
All right.
And like you said earlier, it's not going to happen overnight. These are things that are going to take one step at a time, and it's helpful when you have a friend that you can talk about this with.
Trial and
Uh,
error.
yeah, I know, Sam, you've given me some good advice where I'm like, but do I have to do that?
You don't have to, but I think you should.
So yeah, and like we really help each other with that. And if you guys don't have a friend like that, or you don't feel like you have a community like that, I mean, heck, girl, maybe we need to start a neurodivergent mom club or
Yeah.
something. We can all have coffee, talk
Yeah.
about the drama
Mhm.
of this week.
And if you got to bring the kids, you bring the kids. And if you got to chase your kid around while you're saying what you're saying, bring the
That's
child
okay.
around.
We're used to it.
Mhm.
You know how many times Sam and I are like, chill. Hold on, I gotta go. Quiet. Sam's like, let me go real quick. It's quiet. So I need to go check all the doors. I need to go see where my daughter is. And I'm like, you good, you good. I'm just gonna sit here. All right, I'm back. She's good. She's in her room, actually, just
Yes.
not getting into trouble. So,
Um,
like, oh,
yes.
okay. Or then the next thing, oh no, she's outside. Hold on.
Don't put my business out there.
I'm like, it's okay, Sam. I got you. I got you.
She ran out the house.
Not at your house, girl. You have so many gates and locks now. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Very proud of you. You made it very hard to escape that house. Let
Girl,
me
it's
tell
nothing
you.
but alarm ding a ding bells. That's
That's
how
going to
we
be the
do
new
it.
escape room. Can you get out of Samantha's house without one alarm going off? No, you cannot. But that's okay. You
It's
do what you got
okay.
to do. But you know what, though? That's what I'm saying. You need to have friends that are like, girl, do you. Do
Mhm.
whatever you got to do. If you got to stop the conversation that we're having so intently, that we've been having for an hour because your daughter is up to something, yeah, go, bye.
Do it.
Love you.
Do it.
We're unfortunately we're not going to have the nights that we had when we were 20 and we just stayed up till 5 a.m. talking and drinking and partying with nobody interrupting us. That's just not our life anymore.
Yes. And if you have that one weekend or that one day that you know that child is with your mom, your aunt, whoever, the baby daddy, the baby mama, I don't care. Go out, even if you don't drink, you ain't got to drink, you ain't got to
You don't
smoke.
gotta
That's
drink.
my prerogative.
No.
Okay. That's my prerogative. But if you feel like you need to go take that moment, you just want to go hang out with your friends, go eat, go chill, go vibe, go do it. Hurry up. Don't even second guess it. Go do it.
Mhm.
Because guess what? That little 2 seconds that you thought about if you should or shouldn't, you can't get that time back. Hurry up and go.
Bye.
Hurry up and go. You see that, baby? I love you so much. Call me if you need me, but if you don't call me. Like
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
And the good friends will not care if your child calls you randomly in the middle of dinner. Like, you know what, guys, I'm sorry. I just gotta take this real quick. My daughter's
Mhm.
calling me. My kids do that. I'll be like, my baby's calling me.
Hold on.
Hello. Hi, honey. Hi. Because that's what
Yes,
we gotta do.
this is good. I
Aw.
love this.
I
I
love
love
you, Samantha. Samantha. What is Samantha?
Hey, you made it up. I'm just here.
You're Samantha now. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Love you. You guys go make sure that you comment, like, share, and subscribe. And just to let you guys know, we are not on Apple, but we are on Spotify and YouTube. So just make sure that, again, you like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you feel like you need to show this video to a mother, even if she needs it, and just like for a little snippet, she doesn't have to watch the whole thing, but just to give them comfort, whether it's a man, woman, the grandparents, whatever, show them this video because at the end of the day, we're here to help. We're not here to make fun of anybody but ourselves, okay? And it's good to laugh at yourself because if you're not laughing at yourself, you ain't got a sense of humor. And if you ain't got a sense of humor, something wrong with you.
Yeah, that's true. Alia, espérate, espérate. It's my kid. Love you.
Love you guys so much.
Bye.
Bye.